This is a vector question, but there is a mix of chord job in this vector question. So it's quite common. You should have seen in the DAS series. Some questions are mixed, vectors and chord job mix. And the reason why chord job and vectors can be mixed is because any coordinate can be converted to a position vector. So any coordinate can be converted to a position vector. So in case you forgot what is a position vector means it starts from the origin. It starts from O. So that's why a coordinate, right? Whenever we say coordinate, that means it's with reference to the origin. That's why you convert it to OP. So a coordinate can be converted to a position vector. So that's something for you to remember. Okay, and then if let's say the first part is quite easy. You would like to find the length of PQ. So what you should do is you should do something called fill in the blank, if you still remember. So I'm trying to do a fill in the blank. So I'm trying to fill in the blank, but do be careful. You need a PO. So PO will be the opposite sign of OP. So I'm doing a fill in the blank so that I can find my vector PQ. So this is also another thing that some students will forget. They will forget that there is a magnitude formula. Okay, so some students will forget that there is a magnitude formula. The magnitude formula is essentially just Pythagoras theorem. So once you get the column vector, you just apply the length, the formula. So this is a magnitude formula and give it to 3SF. So similarly, if they ask you to find the coordinate, so finding the coordinate will be the same as finding the position vector. So finding the coordinate will be the same like finding the position vector. So my approach again will be doing a fill in the blank. So I fill in the blank. So I got my OP and I gotten my PR as well. So I do a fill in the blank to find the position vector. And when I got the position vector, I can convert it to the coordinates that the question wants to. Then the last part here will be also quite easy. It's just taking the gradient and then find the gradient first. And then use any of the point to find C. So I use this point to find C. So it's the usual chord job. How do you find equation? You need one gradient, you need one point, and then you can find the equation. So this part isn't that difficult. Most people should be okay. The problematic part is actually this one. So this one, a lot of people will have some issue with this, especially if you're not patient. So you really need to be reading. So what do I mean by you really need to be reading? So for example, here, they gave you OA. So make sure you know where your OA stops. And you are given OB. So make sure you know where it stops. And subsequently, you're given some ratio. So you make use of the ratio to get more vectors first. Basically, I want a lot of vectors so that eventually it helps me with my fill in the blank. So I know that OA is 1 unit. And then OC is 3 units. So this whole thing is 3 units. And because of this, I come out with a vector for OC. So because of the ratio, I have additional vector. Then I'm also given another ratio here. So OB is 3 units. And then BD is 2 units. So in fact, from here, I can find out what is this vector. You can think very primary school. You can think like B is 1 unit. This one is 3 units. So 1/3 B will be 1 unit. So 2/3 B will be 2 units. you can do this thinking and you get your PD. You know, you can do this kind of primary school thinking if they are given, if you're given some ratio. Then from there, right, in fact, I can get the whole vector as well. I can get the whole vector because this is the B and then this is the 2/3 B. So I can add up and that's how I gotten another vector. So basically, I try to find as many vector that as I can have, so that later on, my fill in the blank can be facilitated. So don't be so eager to read and then tell yourself, I don't know what to do. You get as much information as you can because they gave you a lot of ratio. And then from there, okay, X is a point on OC in such a way that BX is parallel. So you need to visualize where is BX. It's going to be parallel to DC. So DC is here, and then BX is here. So X is on OC. Okay, but I don't have any ratio. I don't have any ratio yet. So I just know that they are parallel first. Okay, and eventually the question is asking you to find XB. It's not going to be difficult. You just have to be very organized in your fill in the blank. And it also helps that you can see similar triangle. So this triangle here is actually similar to the big triangle. Okay, why do I say that it helps? If you can see that it's a similar triangle, that means this will also be 3 units. And this will also be 2 units. That means the whole of OC will be divided into the 5 units. So it helps that you can see that with the parallel line, you actually have a similar triangle. Okay, so you can plan first. You can do some plan first. Okay, so eventually you wanted a XD. So you can plan the fill in the blank first. So what can you fill in the blank? Okay, so okay, maybe you'll be thinking you'll be XB and BD. Okay, I already gotten my BD. So then I'm going to move to the next step. The next step is for me to find XB. So how am I going to find my XB? Another fill in the blank. So I'm going to find XB by filling in the blank. So it should be XO plus OB. You can do a XO plus OB. I did the similar ratio. So I use the ratio to find my XB. So I use the ratio to find my XB. Or you can do the fill in the blank. XO plus OB. That might be easier also. Then eventually, that means you do 2 layers of fill in the blank, you can get your XT. So this XB can be found by similar triangle ratio, which is the ratio that I explained to you just now. Or you can do another fill in the blank to find XB. So whatever is it, you have your main plan. The main plan is to execute this. And I already gotten one of them. Then the second part of the plan is to get the missing XP. There are two methods to get XP. So I use a similar triangle, or you can use a fill in the blank. Either way, you will get the same answer on your main plan. Okay, so give it a try. It's not very difficult. You just have to be careful. And if you are not careful with the signs, so sometimes your fill in the blank can get wrong. Okay, and also please make sure you write the tail. Okay, so for this is 5 marks.